Yo, welcome into the CHGO White Sox post-game show presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Excited to talk to you today about the White Sox winner. Sox win 3-2 over the Seattle Mariners. I'm your host, Sean Anderson. Alongside me is Herb Lawrence. We got a couple technical difficulties. There we go. Hey, how's everybody doing? We got the great production here by Steven Nicholas. We're excited to talk to you, all you Sox fans here. And I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me is Herb Lawrence.
Hello.
At HectorWall23. We should be joined a little bit later by our guy, Vinnie Duber. But as we said, Sox win 3-2. A lot to recap. Vince Velasquez looks okay in the White Sox starting pitching role. Reese McGuire looks good, and the White Sox get a win against a pitcher that they have not seen, which is all good things for me.
When we first saw Mr. Brash pitch and I saw that slider today, I was like, it's going to be a tough game. Really tough game for the White Sox to win this one because that guy's got filth. And he was getting a lot of swing and misses from the White Sox. When we looked up after the second inning, they only had 2 strikeouts. That is a testament to the White Sox approach and all the studying they did. I think we got a graphic later. He only had 6 strikeouts, but he had some of the nastiest stuff I've seen. That what they called knuckle curve looked more like a slurve or a slider. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, is we talked about with pregame. People don't know how to label his breaking ball. It is disgusting, and he's 6'1", 170. You see that frame, you don't expect that he's going to be throwing 97 with that type of movement. We'll talk about him and the great performance that he had in his debut. But all that matters to me, Herb, is the Sox win 3-2, and I think what's important is to let the people know how we scored those runs. So let's go through the run recap. Top of the second, 1 out. Eugenio Suarez is up. And after a 1-0 changeup from Vince Velasquez, Suarez lined a sinker over the left field fence for a home run. 1-0 M's. We go to the bottom of the third. Josh Harrison works a walk. Then next batter, Reese McGuire laces the Sox first hit into right field. Harrison goes first to third. TA's up next on a 1-2 count. He hits a ball right at J.P. Crawford at shortstop, who can't handle it. Mariners should have been out of the inning. Instead, Harrison scores. Anderson and McGuire are safe. Sox tie it up 1-1, and then there's nothing that happens until the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-1. 1 out, 0-2 count. Luis Robert up. Again, did I mention it's an 0-2 count? Slider outside. Robert takes it. 1-2 count. Next pitch, slider outside that Robert sits on.
It's on it.
2-2 count. Brash throws another slider, but what happens, Herb?
He hung it, and it was a cement mixer, and he murdered it. Yeah, Luis Robert is just otherworldly. He hit a ball like it was not a great pitch of Brash's, but anybody else, that is a filthy pitch. It's middle, so it's a little hung, but out of all those pitches that Brash is throwing, you see all the sliders in that at-bat that he's throwing to Luis Robert, and Luis Robert calmly rockets the ball 110 miles an hour to the opposite field. Otherworldly, guys. We have an MVP. We have an elite player. We saw the play he made on the fence where he caught the ball, which was the second hardest hit ball and the second farthest hit ball of the game off of Jesse Winker's bat. 400 feet there. Easy catch on the wall. He makes it look easy. I remember his rookie year, he really had troubles with balls at the wall. But that home run he hit, what more is there to say, guys?
There's not much.
And by the way,
to say.
I'm wearing sunglasses. These are prescription sunglasses because the future's so bright. We got to wear shades, friends.
I thought it was kind of cool. I like the look that you had rocking in pregame. I like that you're continuing it into postgame. And my favorite thing too is you got a visual bit for something that most people listen to. This is a podcast, so you got a visual bit for an audio platform, which is always great.
I'm here for only my visual people. If you're listening to this, thank you very much. But also, you should be tuning in live so you can get the breakdown. You can see my beautiful face and Sean's too, and
you get to interact with us, which is the fun part. Robert's blast, 110 miles per hour off the bat. 408 feet, and it visits the people in section 102. Sox lead 2-1. Bottom of the 8th. Robert walked on 6 pitches. He didn't swing at a single pitch, then walked, then stole second base while Abreu was up. Abreu walks, so Robert and Abreu on first and second. That's not good enough because then while Aloy's up, Robert has to steal third. So that's 2 stolen bags for Robert.
It's even better. He stole third base when Grandal was up. Grandal, a left-handed hitter at that time.
Grandal?
Yeah,
okay.
It was Grandal, and then Grandal popped up the third. But yeah, Grandal was up, so the catcher has a free view at third base. The pitcher Diego Castillo did not pay attention to Luis Robert like he's some crumb bum. Luis Robert's like, man, come on now, respect my speed, and just took off and got that base easily.
And some bum who just stole first off you, so no, why not check on him at second base? Let's just let him steal third.
And if you are a CHGO White Sox member and you've been watching the pre's and post and the shows we did before the season started, I told you, it's going to be a 30-30 year for Luis Robert. He's stealing a lot of bags right now. I think he's got 4 in the season.
He's up to 4.
4? He's on a 162 game pace. So stealing base pace.
And he's hitting homers. So your 40-40 predictions looking pretty nice there, Herb. And we got No Expert and and Brennan saying that was their pick to clicks here, where it was Luis Robert. So good pick on you guys on that one.
I think it's cheating to pick Luis Robert.
I thought it was cheating to pick Tim Anderson the first day that he came back, but Vinny did it, and Vinny got the win. So I don't think there's anything cheating. We didn't make any rules up about that one. But Eloy pulls a ball on the ground to Crawford at shortstop. He goes to second, gets one, but Eloy beats the throw to first, scoring Robert. Sox lead 3-1 going into the top of the ninth. Hendriks close it out. He gets the first batter, Torrance swinging, 1 out. Next batter, J.P. Crawford. He hits a chopped one. That one goes over Hendriks' head just before Garcia. Hendriks can't field it. Crawford reaches first. Next batter, Adam Frazier. Hendriks sets him down with no problems. 2 out. Then T.Y. France, your guy, on a 2-1 count, hits a single into right field just before Adam Engel. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Jesse Winker up, 1-0 pitch. He laces that into center field. Robert's throw to home is cut off, and Crawford scores. Sox lead 3-2. Will Hendriks blow it again? Herb, did he?
He did not.
No, 3 straight fastballs. 2, I think it was Mitch Haniger. 3 straight fastballs to Mitch Haniger. 1, 2, 3. That's a K. Sox win 3-2. Big job there by Liam Hendriks to make sure that the game didn't get blown again.
Tough appearance by Mr. Hendriks there, but I want to mention Greg and Brandon Stokes. They both have very 40-40 predictions for Luis Robert.
Was yours just a measly 30-30?
30-30, yeah. When I said it, I was like, come on now. And you guys were like, he's not going to steal 30 bags. It's like, these people are thinking he's going to hit 40 home runs. I don't think he's going to hit 40 home runs, but 40 bags I think he can get. But Liam Hendriks, second appearance this year for the White Sox in a save situation, and I didn't see it. Like, he has the heat, and I don't know what he needs. Maybe he needs Greg Kimbrell on the team to motivate him. He didn't look great. The velocity was great.
Yeah.
97, but he wasn't throwing a lot of pitches for strikes. The Mariners are patient enough, and they were seeing him be in it.
Yeah.
Like Jesse Winker laced that ball to center, and the batter before that
France
laced that ball to right field. So they were not worried about what Liam Hendriks brought. I was scared when Mitch Haniger came up, but Liam wasn't. 97 right past him to end the game. That was nice to see.
Yeah, 3 straight fastballs to Haniger, and he took care of them easy. No Expert saying, so serious question, what's the deal with Hendriks? Why is he so hittable? Is he missing spots? What changed? So far from what I've been able to tell, it's just very similar Liam Hendriks. Liam Hendriks still gave up 7 home runs last year. There was a point last year, pretty much before the Field of Dreams game, where people were wondering if he was worth the signing, and then he just continues to be Liam Hendriks. He's going to allow hard contact. He is trying to get pitches into the zone. That's the reason why he's the 4th pitcher, I think, in the 2000s to have over 100 Ks and less than 10 walks. He wants to be aggressive. He wants you to be off balance, swing and miss, and honestly, I think this was a much better game for him in this game than Detroit. Yes, he did give up the 2 hits, but a lot of big swing and misses here, and he was using all of his pitches. 13 fastballs, 7 curveballs, 5 sliders. He got a total of 6 whiffs on 25 pitches. That's a 43% whiff rate. We'll take that.
I think that was mostly on his fastball. His fastball was electric tonight. It was 97, and Haniger could not handle it. I was scared that was going to be a rocket shot and there's going to be a tie game. But, yeah, I'm not worried in the long run for Liam Hendriks. Like you said, even in the game, on the corn game, as Tony calls it, he gave up the lead there. Right. The White Sox could have closed out the Yankees, but he gave up the lead. But that set up the Timmy Anderson moment. I'm not in the grand scheme. These are 2 rough starts or 2 rough appearances for Liam Hendriks. He'll be fine. He's the 2-time reigning reliever of the year. He'll be fine.
Yeah, and the velo's fine. The spin is fine. I think that he is fine. Just, it needs to be tighter. It's still April, second appearance for him this season. If he's just a little bit tighter, he's just hitting his spots a little bit more, I mean, he'll be unhittable. And, he's not unhittable yet, but still no earned runs, or one earned run in this game, but still was able to close it out and got some big strikeouts, 3 strikeouts still, and he struck out the side. So I don't know if he's getting Thor's hammer. We'll have to ask Vinny if he's getting that return to him. But let's go to some other pitchers. We got Vince Velasquez and Matt Brash to talk about, the 2 starters for both teams. Honestly, I want to start with Brash because Vince Velasquez might be a little bit more of an in-depth discussion here. And as you could see, Matt Brash goes 5 1/3, allowed 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs, and 6 Ks, like you mentioned. Vince Velasquez goes 4 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 1 earned, 2 Ks. Brash, 6 Ks and 5 1/3 innings. Very, very disgusting stuff from him. What'd you see?
Just nasty stuff. I mean, he had the most swing and misses. I don't know what the number is exactly on Baseball Savant, but the White Sox were not seeing him well. But like I said, they had good at bats versus a guy that has electric stuff. To only strike out 6 times in that 4 1/3, that's doing something. That is really doing something. They couldn't see those pitches except for the one he hung to Luis Robert. They were in those sequences. He hung a couple of them, but the White Sox were trying to be patient and just let those balls go by. When it was in the left-handed batter's box,
they couldn't deal with it.
They were just like, the ball, from my vantage point watching here, starts like in the middle of the plate. And it goes to the left-handed batter's box.
It's ridiculous.
You shouldn't be able to do that.
So the one that Robert hit, we'll talk about a little bit later. But, I mean, honestly, like, you're exactly right. About 30 feet of the way that ball paths, I mean, it's straight on a line. And then it just takes this crazy hook down and away. I mean, it could start at the middle of the plate, and it will end in the edge of the batter's box of the left-handed hitter.
And if that is not enough, he's throwing 99 on his
with
fastball.
Movement. Yeah. With movement. I mean, that thing has tail on it.
Seattle's got something there. Like, for the White Sox to win this game, this is, I think, the best win of the season. Because when you go against a pitcher like that and a formidable lineup like the Mariners have, I picked them, as you guys know, as the AL West champions this year. You see all the players they have. Vince Velasquez did a decent job of holding them down. You can't keep Eugenio Suarez in the park for too long if you throw garbage pitches. That sinker that got up middle, he's going to deposit it. For his part, I think he did well for him. I'm grading on a curve for him, not on like a starting pitcher, a regular starting pitcher, because firstly, this season's weird. Secondly, he didn't know he was going to be pushed into action this quickly. And thirdly, I just think that everybody is going real short. Like, you see all the pitchers, there's barely anybody going past 5 innings early in this season.
Yeah, and I was surprised that, I'm talking about Brash, he went 85. Velasquez ends up going 4 innings, throwing 62 pitches. Brash throws 85 pitches. And you mentioned the knuckle curve from Brash a little bit earlier. He threw 85 pitches. How many times do you think he threw that knuckle curve? You had to guess.
It had to be at least 85 pitches?
85.
He had to throw at least 30 of those.
He threw 30 fastballs.
Okay.
He threw 4 changeups and 51 sliders / curveballs. So ridiculous stuff from him. He got 11 whiffs on 51 curveballs.
If I had that repertoire, I would be throwing that too.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? You saw how silly the White Sox looked up there. And still, like, they scratched out a couple of hits and a couple of runs. J.P. Crawford, tip of the cap. Thank you for our first run. Right. And then Luis Robert. What can you do, friends?
Yeah, and 2, I mean, Brash has a changeup that works too against left-handed hitters, and it's very Lance McCullers-esque to me. I mean, there was a time Lance McCullers threw like 20 straight curveballs or sliders like that. I mean, it was very much just, this pitch is disgusting. You cannot hit it. And I will just, show it to you until you hit it. And then finally Robert does, and he deposits that bomb. And that ball too, I mean, that started a little bit in on him and then started to break. And Robert really didn't start his swing until it started to break. I mean, you need to go watch the video if you haven't, because it isn't one of these mammoth shots that go out to the concourse or one of these mammoth shots that are just absolutely hit sky high. It was like a fairly high liner and went opposite field, but it was just a great piece of hitting. He got around on it perfectly, and the way that it tailed into his barrel, I mean, he just cracked it out to right center, and it was insane to see. It was great great to see.
And Brandon Stokes brought a good point, and I think I brought it up during the game. Like, with that much movement, with RPMs plus 3,000, I just worry about his health.
Yeah.
I want to see greatness. That Brash guy, like, he has greatness built into him because that ball has more movement than I've seen any slider or slurve or whatever you want to call it, knuckle curve, which they were calling in the broadcast, that I've seen in a while. Maybe I'm being a prisoner of the moment, but I don't know. If you guys have anybody that you've seen with that type of movement on their curveball, slider, slurve, please put them in the comments.
No, and not to be brash.
That's
here.
enough. That is enough. We're all right.
I mean, the fastball was similar to Jordan Hicks in a way. It's not 104 or 102 like he throws it, but it's got a nasty tail. And there was a pitch that he threw to Jose Abreu, Matt Brash, that slider, that had 16 inches of sweep on it and was 89 miles per hour. I mean, it's just video game stuff, as I mentioned a little bit earlier.
Vaughn can't hit if he's not in the lineup.
Yeah, and I see Tom talking about Vaughn. I think there's another person that's mentioning Vaughn. Guys, it's one game.
He's getting brought up a lot.
It's one game. I know he's been brought up in the pregame. He's been brought up in the postgame. Guys, they've played 4 games. He's played 50% of them. Like
that's bad.
That's
bad.
Herb, let's
Larry Garcia has played more than him.
But Andrew Vaughn can't play second base, and we've talked about this.
Can he not?
We'll talk about Leury's.
Can he not play better than Larry Garcia?
I don't know.
I haven't seen that Andrew Vaughn can't play second base. Please show me that.
Yeah, I can see, and Alex S saying, I think that's Alex Sampson. What's up, Alec? Alex saying he can see Vaughn not starting Vaughn to get lefties in because, I mean, you see that slider.
Yeah.
I don't think Vaughn can handle that. I mean, that's going to the opposite. You want that pitch coming into the barrels and into those left-handers.
I see what they're doing, but there's no need to baby Andrew Vaughn. If you think of him as a guy who's going to be a top-of-the-league hitter, put him against guys who have filthy stuff. If he can't get better at beating those guys until you actually play those guys.
Do you want Andrew Vaughn to play 162 games?
I want Andrew Vaughn to play 150 games. Oh, yes, 150.
It's such a ridiculous workload to ask for him. Jose Abreu is playing 150 games, but he's been playing baseball at a professional level for 20 years. He played 127 games, the third most for the Sox last year. I don't understand the rush to get him out in every single game.
Because
yes, Andrew Vaughn's good, but also keep him rested. I know he's that good. I've been trying to be on the Andrew Vaughn fan club. I love Andrew Vaughn. I think he's going to be the second best hitter for the White Sox in 2022, but he can only be that way if he's healthy. You play him 127 games last year, and by August 19th, he is dead. He doesn't hit an extra base hit after August 19th. You don't have that playoff bat. He wasn't a factor in the playoffs. You know who was? Gavin Sheets, who took Lance McCullers deep in Game 4, the only run that the White Sox scored. That's the issue that I have with the White Sox. This is not just about April games against Detroit and against Seattle. This is about October as well. You're going to need Andrew Vaughn against righties in October. You're going to need Andrew Vaughn against righties and lefties in October. You need to have him healthy at that point. You can get him in against right-handers. He's just been 0 for 2 so far when the lineups come out.
Exactly.
I'm fine with that. There's been 4 games.
And I feel like this is going to continue. When there's a righty on the bump, they'll be trying to get Sheets in the game. Why does he get priority? Just because of his handedness? If he's going to be an elite hitter, you have to go against these guys. You don't get better at facing right-handers unless you go against right-handers. It's just so annoying. It's annoying. If they think, which Rick Hahn said on ESPN 1000, that he is an elite hitter, they think that they're not going to trade him this year. I don't want him in 50% of the games. I don't want a straight platoon. They can platoon, but 75% of those games go to Andrew Vaughn. I don't care if it's righty on that bump. You get Andrew Vaughn out the game when Andrew Vaughn's tired. You get Andrew Vaughn out of the game when you think, okay, he needs a break or we need to get Sheets a little bit work. But then you try to find Andrew Vaughn a spot in the lineup somewhere. Hey, can you play right today? Oh, AJ Pollock's out. Cool. Andrew Vaughn, you're in right today. We'll have Sheets at designated hitter. I know the situation was different because he had Yasmani at DH and Reese McGuire, who we'll get to a little bit later. I just feel like when you have a special hitter like they think he is, like I think he is.
Like I think he is. I think he's a special hitter, guys.
You think that Robert's good. You think that Eloy's good. You think Tim's good, Moncada's good, and Breu's good. Andrew Vaughn should be in that same conversation, the exact same conversation, and Yasmani Grandal too.
He is, but
and
it's
should be
different.
playing every day.
I mean, you have to look at the amount of games that he's played. Aloy has played minor league seasons before.
You're gonna have to break through that. You
Robert
have to do that sometime.
Seasons before.
You're gonna have to break through that.
But it's if we're talking about signing Carlos Rodon and then blaming him for having a dead arm after using it, like what is the point of not protecting Andrew Vaughn? If he plays 75 games, it's 121 games. I'm fine with that.
He's not
if
a
he
child.
plays 75% of the games, I'm fine with that. That's 121 games. That's 6 less than last year.
Absolutely.
You just said that 75% of the platoon should be Andrew Vaughn.
Yes.
That's 75% of the games is 121 games.
Yes, I said
that's just math.
I said of the platoon. I said when you don't have him in, you find him another spot to play.
Oh boy.
So if you're gonna play Sheets, then you got to play Vaughn somewhere else.
This is gonna be
you put him in the lineup.
This is going to be a long-term discussion point, and
maybe because when it happens again, Sean, I'm going to be apoplectic.
If it's going to happen in May and June and July, I will be more upset. But this is still April. Guys need to get into a swing of things. Gavin Sheets still needs to play.
All those games count the same.
I know they all count the same, but it's not about winning. It's about the actual marathon part.
And Alexander,
it's about every mile counts the same in a marathon, but you still need to be able to finish the marathon.
You and Alexander think like it's an either-or situation. It's not an either-or situation.
Yes, it is.
It's not like he doesn't.
You had him in April. No, you had him in April last year because of Eloy's injury. You had him in April last year because of Eloy's injury, and he didn't make it to October.
So when's the day where he's going to be playing 150 games? When are we going to not baby him?
I don't know, but Michael Kopech, we're babying Michael Kopech because he hasn't.
That's a different dude. That dude had an injury. He had a.
So did Andrew Vaughn. Andrew Vaughn had an injury. How do you go from being this type of hitter from the start of your career to August 19th to not having an extra base hit? One single extra base hit from the end of August, from August 20th to October 2nd, you have a single extra base hit.
Yeah,
that's an injury right there.
Yeah, but you don't get injured because he was playing a lot. He got injured because he got injured in the game. He got injured because he had a big workload. He got injured because he actually had an injury in a game.
And that's fair. And he had no time to at least recover on that. He had no time to recover because he was consistently playing in October and September. If you're making that argument that, especially if he's at the DH where he won't be diving for balls and hurting himself, okay.
And like I'm saying, it's not an either-or situation. I want him in October also, but how we get to
like Andrew Vaughn.
How we get to October is because Andrew Vaughn is one of the hitters that is leading this team forward. I like Gavin Sheets, but Gavin Sheets is just another dude. He's just another guy. He's a nice Major League Baseball player. Andrew Vaughn is a elite bat.
Which I absolutely agree with, which is the reason why Gavin Sheets is up here, with 82 games played as a 25-year-old, and Andrew Vaughn, the third overall pick who only played 55 games in the minor leagues, is up here batting fifth on Sunday. I am all for Andrew Vaughn being on this team and getting at-bats, but if I'm looking at this lineup today, you get the win, and that's all that matters. This game number 4, counts as much as game 52, right? And you still get the win with Gavin Sheets in the lineup. You still get the win with Leury Garcia in the lineup. You still get the win.
I understand. That's a result. The process was wrong.
I'm fine with the process.
The process was wrong. You got to have Andrew Vaughn in the game more than not. If you're getting him a blow, give him a blow. But not to play Gavin Sheets. That's just... To me, that's ridiculous. He's just a better guy. Let's move on because we're not going to settle this.
We'll move on. And you know what you can't settle? You can settle bets with PointsBet. The best way to support CHGO is to download the PointsBet app and use code CHGO when you sign up. If you do that right now, you'll get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. But that's not it. If you make a $50 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content, and you'll even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. That's $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free t-shirt from the CHGO locker, all for making more than a $50 first-time deposit at PointsBet. And Herb's rocking the shirt, as you can see. We got the Brawler socks on a shirt. We got a Sky shirt. We got a Blackhawk shirt. We got a Bull shirt. We got a Bear shirt. So go check out the deal that PointsBet is offering you. Again, CHGO is the code when you sign up. Make it first-time deposit of $50 or more. You'll get the $2,000 in free bets, a free CHGO membership, and a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. If you have any questions, you can email pointsbet@allchgo.com, and we will help you out. PointsBet is your home for live in-play betting, and it just got even better. Introducing PointsBet's newest feature, the live NBA same-game parlay, and you can rack up your odds on that. You can get something like plus 120 if you put together 3 different odds or 3 different bets into a parlay. And my favorite part of the PointsBet app app, you can boost those odds. If you like those plus 120 odds, you get one free boost a day. So take advantage of what PointsBet is offering you. Watch live, parlay live, and boost live with PointsBet. Online sign up is available in Illinois. You can download the PointsBet app right now and register your account from start to finish, all from your phone. So what are you waiting for? Once the game starts, don't just bet. Live your bet life with PointsBet. Gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Vince, should we talk about Herb, should we talk about Vince Velasquez?
Yeah, and Brennan, yes, that ad transition, perfect.
Thank you.
Undefeated.
Everybody. Tip of the cap.
Man's got good segues.
Like Raylo after Eloy Jimenez makes that crazy defensive play out in the outfield.
And his pitch count falls out of his hat.
Right. Let's go back to the Vince Velasquez graphic and recap how Vinnie did in his opening day start. I'd like to go back to the, thank you very much, 4 innings pitched for Vince Velasquez, 2 hits allowed, 3 walks allowed, 1 earned run, and 2 Ks for Vince Velasquez. And now we could show the picks, Mitch, because that was the thing that I really loved from Vince Velasquez today. He wasn't great. He wasn't superb. 2 Ks, 3 walks. He was hit hard a couple of times as well. But you look at the pitch mix here, 21 fastballs, 14 knuckle curves, 14 sliders, 8 sinkers, 5 changeups. That is a different pitch mix than what he was offering last year at any point. He was usually never below 40% with that 4-seam fastball. Now at 34%. That knuckle curve was never above 20% last year. That slider was never above 23%. And this is for entire months. That sinker was never as high as 10%. And that changeup was used a little bit less and not that effectively, but effectively enough to get 2 whiffs. So a very nice pitch mix there from Vince Velasquez. I liked what I saw, at least pitch mix-wise. Command still had some things that were lacking there. Only 7 first pitch strikes for Vince Velasquez when facing 17 batters. But if that increases, he gets more first pitch strikes. He starts attacking guys a little bit more. Maybe this can work out. Herb, I don't know.
I mean, I think Vince Velasquez is a short timer. And for what he did today, I commend him. I was expecting 5. I always said 5 innings and 4 earned runs. He gave me 4 innings and 1 earned run. I'll take it. Beggars can't be choosers. The White Sox are in a bad spot right now. But the thing I don't like, and an early thing, and if we're talking about October, this will, like, pitching like this and going out after 4 innings will probably cost them some of the bullpen at the end of the year. Bullpen has pitched half of the innings they've played this year. Starters have gone 17. Bullpen's gone 17. That's tough.
Yeah, and Greg's asking here, are you boys good with this line from Vince Velasquez as the 5th? I guess technically it's the 4th. Or do you expect more? I think we expect more.
I expect more, but like for Vince Velasquez, that was all right. If it's anybody else, like if we're grading really a starting pitcher, no, it's not enough. And we're going to tax our bullpen. They rose up to the challenge again, even though we had a shaky ninth. But, yeah, we're going to need more length. And tomorrow we're going to have Dallas Keuchel on the bump. Hopefully, Dallas Keuchel can give the bullpen a rest, go 6-7 innings. Dallas got a nice rubber arm and returns to the 2020 form rather than 2021 form. I think Vince Velasquez hopefully can only pitch 2 more starts, right before Giolito comes back off the IL. Hopefully that's what Tony said. He's only going to miss 2 starts. And if he gives us, in this ballpark, 4 innings, 5 innings, less than 4 earned runs, I think both of us, all the people watching and listening, will take that 100%.
Yeah, I mean, well, the thing with Velasquez, he only threw 62 pitches. So I feel like, too, with his starter past, I feel like he can go longer than 62, and he can go longer than 4 innings. I think it was, just amount of times he saw these Mariners hitters, just the lineup was being turned around a lot. So I just felt like they didn't want to see those hitters get another look at Vince Velasquez. So I thought that was the thing. But you're right. These starters need to start going in longer. 4 games so far, 17 innings pitched by the starting pitchers so far.
And Celeste Poppy with a perfect comment right there. Vince Velasquez is a tourniquet, keeping us alive through April and May, nothing more. Nothing less.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I mean, right now, that's what he is. I'm not sure if he has any options. We'll have to ask Vinny if he joins us during this postgame. But that is something
I think he's a major league pitcher. He's a major league.
It was a major league contract, but I don't know.
And I don't think he can be signed down. I don't think he can be sent down without his own permission.
So that would be the one thing to watch out for. Maybe he then goes into the pen. But right now, Johnny Cueto and Vince Velasquez are tourniquets. Johnny Cueto, we're not sure when he's going to be up here, but even Jimmy Lambert's a tourniquet in that sense as well. And again, we mentioned it, 17 innings pitched so far out of 36 for the Sox. I guess there's also extra innings too. No, they won in the ninth inning.
How about your man Joey, who's the Cubs producer right now?
Spathis.
Talking about Herb, is it sunny over there in Studio B?
You want to give us a weather report? I mean, it's real nice and sunny.
Joey's out there winning money on the Cubs, betting money, $500 on the Cubs. Sorry, get Joey's business out there. Look at all that money Joey's got, feeling his oats.
Joey with his free bet, winning money and talking his trash.
Yeah,
hey, Joey, why don't you worry about your own show?
Yeah, stay out of White Sox business, Joey.
Got him. And also, I want to go back to one of the comments before we go back to Vince and the starters needing more innings here. There was one comment by William Thrasher, who mentioned Rocky Biddle. Many people, where is it? I just saw it. No, it was, you just scroll past it. Many people are saying it was a Rocky Biddle-esque performance from Vince Velasquez a lot, and we got 3 people shouting out Rocky Biddle. I don't remember Rocky Biddle. Do you?
Yeah, Rocky Biddle, I think mid-2000s, right-hander. I think number 60, if I'm correct. Fine.
Number 60.
Yeah, he was all right.
What 2 teams did he play for?
Rocky Biddle, I'm going to say the Rockies?
Well, no, he played for the White Sox and the Montreal Expos. Not sure who he was traded for.
But
yeah, shout out to Rocky Biddle. But yeah, 17 innings of 36 innings so far have been pitched by the Sox. In 2021, that was a big thing for the Sox.
Brandon knew it. He played for the Expos.
Yeah, 60 was right on that. Brandon Stokes getting that right. And Billy Koch was the Rocky Biddle of 03 and 04 from Connor Smith. Let's go back, though. 2021, big story for the Sox. Starting pitchers going deep. Tony liked to have them go 7 innings. We haven't seen that so far. I mean, what's this looking like if Dallas Keuchel gives you 5 innings and Jimmy Lambert only gives you 5 innings? Are you starting to get worried about the tax that might be put on this bullpen?
The only thing I am concerned about, like if this is a regular year, I'll be really concerned. But late start from the lockout. Secondly, most of the league's doing this. And then thirdly, they have 28 men on the roster. And then they just sent down, got A.J. Pollock on the IL, and they brought up 2 pitchers for him and Lucas Giolito. So they have more pitchers on the roster than they would usually have. So, yeah, they can take some of the brunt, but you just don't want to put this workload on the bullpen this early. But everybody in major leagues, it looks like, is doing this 5 and dive. The Cubs pitchers, I think, through the first time, have gone all 5 innings. This is what's going on in this year's baseball. So I'm kind of worried because on a traditional year, which is 162 games, you would be like nonplussed. You'd be like, what the is going on right here? We're only pitching 17 innings,
right?
But we're winning games. But also 17 innings by our starters and 17 by our bullpen. If they can weather the storm and find a way where they can lengthen a guy like Michael Kopech, where he's just a regular starting pitcher, and Dallas Keuchel returns to form, and we know our 2 top guys, or Cease, Giolito, and Lynn, when they return, are going to give us length. They're going to give us what we need. Yeah, we just need to weather the storm until then, and hopefully our bullpen stays solid, even though they struggled the first game, and they struggled in this game, specifically just Liam.
We do have Ralph saying to get your arm loose. Obviously, now that I'm getting called up, Sean Anderson Severino.
You don't want that.
My arm's ready and loose, so you got to come in now.
Are you a lefty?
I think the hardest I've thrown. No, Sean's a lefty. I throw like 50 miles per hour. That's the hardest I can throw, and then my arm is up for like the next 6 to 7 days.
We have Rick Hahn's email, right? Somewhere? I mean, we could clip this right now. I'm a left-hander, Sean Anderson Severino. I top out at like 75, so maybe on a good day.
You're about the same size as a White Sox
Brash.
reliever. Brandon Finnegan. He's about 5'7", 8, 9.
I thought he was bigger.
No, I think Brandon Finnegan's like real small. Isn't he?
I think Anderson Severino is the
diminutive
small guy. Yeah, I think he's diminutive. 5'11" for Finnegan.
Yeah,
5'11", 216.
That's generous.
I think I heard Severino might be even shorter. And that's a good comment from Alec as well. I'm worried if this happens again the second time through the rotation and freaking out if it happens a third time through. I think that's a good point. If we see on Friday, let's say Dallas Keuchel does make a start and it's not rained out tomorrow, and Jimmy Lambert does start on Thursday against the Mariners. On Friday, if you can look at, I think supposed to be Dylan Cease. On Friday, if you have Dylan Cease go 6 innings, go 7 innings, I think you'd be fine. I think that'd be a nice break right there. You only have to use 2 arms. You could possibly only use 2 arms. Have Dylan go 7 and then close out the next 2 and close that game out with one person. I mean, that would be ideal.
And speaking of the bullpen, while there's a lot of stars, I think the star of the game for me in the bullpen, Ronaldo Lopez. That guy is a revelation. He is turned himself into a disappointment to a bullpen arm. But I think somebody in Twitter said at the end of the year, he'll be setting up Liam Hendriks.
Oh,
I don't know if that's a thing because Kendall Graveman today was out there filthy too. But you see him paint 97, a pitch that I think it was Mitch Haniger was like, what the fuck can I do with that? It's on the black. 97?
Right. Well, Mitch Haniger was like, you made a bad call on that one, Ump. You know who stole that one?
Reese McGuire.
Reese McGuire did that thing.
Got great hands. 3
damn times to end an inning. Called strikes just to set guys down. I don't know about Raylo setting up Liam Hendriks here, and I do think that Brennan's right that you should keep Raylo in the pen here. You get 1 2/3 innings from Raylo. No hits, no runs, no walks. 2 Ks, a big day from him. And the thing that I like too from Ronaldo Lopez in this game, you got to see a little bit of a changeup here. You got a whiff on a changeup. You got 2 swings on a changeup. He threw 3 of them total. That was a good pitch to lefties. He needs to start working in some more different looks to guys to make sure that he can stay in this pen. That fastball works. That slider works. He was throwing them even amount of times, and then you work in a changeup. Guys won't know what to do with it. I really like what we're seeing so far out of Ronaldo Lopez. And you mentioned Graveman. I tweeted out that Reese McGuire was the best offseason pickup for the White Sox. It might be Kendall Graveman.
I mean, yeah, Kendall Graveman was really good. Like, he's much better than I remember him on his first time around in the league when the Cubs picked him up as a rejuvenation thing and just paid him a bunch of money.
You know who fixed him? Mariners.
I thought you were going to Ethan fixed him. But
no,
the Mariners fixed him. Thank you, Mariners. We appreciate that. But I still have to go with your Reese McGuire pickup because today, 2 hits. You got 2 hits out of your backup catcher and superb catching. Just awesome catching. Handles the pitching staff so well. I just love this guy. Imagine somebody giving you a great backup catcher for Zach Collins. Imagine that. Rick Hahn does it again. Rick Hahn's league.
Rick Hahn is playing 3D chess with the league here and moving around Reese McGuire. I'm now interested to see, too, when was the last time the White Sox got a multiple hit game from their backup catcher? I honestly have a feeling it might be Zebby's 3-homer game.
You're talking short about your man Zach Collins. I know you love him.
Do you think he got 2 hits?
Yeah. I'm sure he got
the last time. No, but like, okay. I'm talking too much trash. Just September 27th, Zach Collins got 2 hits.
I'm about to say, yeah. I mean, he's not good, but I'm sure he ran into a couple hits.
Yeah, and Graveman's been nice. We talk about them fixing him. Something that you saw with
Jamie Burke.
What did Jamie?
Connor said the last time a backup catcher got 2 hits. Jamie Burke, after he got trucked by who was that? Torrey Hunter. In 2004.
Yeah, it was Jamie Burke, and before that it was Ben Davis, and before that it was Miguel Olivo, and Sandy Alomar's in there somewhere. But Graveman, you'd notice the low release point for him. It's a low release point that's set up by the Mariners. That's the kind of guys that they like. So you see Matt Brash there going out. He's 6'1", 170, but he has an extension of 6'6". I mean, that's part of the thing that works with these players and Graveman. Graveman's stuff looks faster because he's getting closer to the plate. He's not pitching it from 6 feet, 60 inches. He's trying to get up to like 55 feet away from when that ball is released. So it just looks like it's faster. It looks, 93 looks like it's 97. It's all about, appearance of velocity and making sure that 93 looks faster than it actually is. And I've loved seeing what we've seen so far from Graveman. Hendriks been a little iffy, but I'm not too worried. Any bullpen arms that are worrying you? Because so far, I think so good.
Yeah, I mean, other than Liam Hendriks, I have no problem with the bullpen. The bullpen has performed when they've been asked to perform. Bennett Sousa didn't get out of his inning that he was performing. He faces 3 batters, did not get out of the inning, but his third appearance hasn't given up anything. I'll take that. Whatever you give us, Bennett Sousa, as a guy that we weren't even coming close to counting on this year, phenomenal. Yeah, and then if Sean Anderson Severino does the same thing, I'm all good. Man, the White Sox, yeah. I remember last year, they're like, we got the best bullpen of all time, and then they immediately came out and sucked. And they said that again, and then you give up the booty versus Detroit, and I was like, here we go again. But they've recovered since then, and Liam's the weak link of the bullpen. Who thought?
Well, because they didn't give up any runs on Sunday, the bullpen. I don't think they gave up. Did they give up anything to the Tigers? Because I know Bummer had a little iffy close, but I don't think they gave up any runs there.
No.
So I think they went a scoreless inning streak of about like 17 right there, and the only one giving up runs is Hendriks.
And Thomas McPartland brings up a point. Bummer looked a little shaky.
Yeah.
But I think you need to ask, who was that Jesse Winker about Bummer?
Yeah. So, like, Bummer does look shaky, but also he has a K per 9 of 27. So, like, he's struck out every batter he's faced.
Kind of good.
Yeah, so it's like his command hasn't been perfect, but if anything, that just shows you how disgusting his stuff is. That shows you how disgusting his release point is, and just how tough he is to hit from any side of the plate, and especially a left-hander, because Jesse Winker just looked lost up at the plate against Bummer today. But yeah, Bennett Sousa goes 2/3, 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs. Ronaldo Lopez, an inning and a third, he gets the win. No hits, no walks, 2 Ks. Bummer, 2 1/3, 2 walks, but 2 Ks. Graveman gets the hold, an inning pitched, 1 hit, no walks, 1 K, and then Hendriks, an inning pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, 3 Ks. So, overall, 9 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, 6 Ks, 6 walks, 10 Ks for the Sox. Pretty good line.
Yeah, the walks are a little extreme, but effective. The win was in the pocket, so the White Sox find a way to win a game that we all thought was going to be trouble when that man Matt Brash is on that bump. And, then you're going against Vince Velasquez, who gave up that rocket home run. Once I saw that ball in the first inning that Mitch Haniger hit, I was like, all right, here we go, 1-0. But apparently the wind's blowing in from left field early in the game that knocked that ball down. I was like, off the bat, that looked like a rocket home run. And then Eugenio Suarez hits a home run in the second inning. I was like, here we go. This is going to be a bad day for the White Sox, especially that man on the bump for Seattle. But scratch and claw, grab a victory where it looked very hard and very daunting. That's what championship teams do.
Absolutely. And there was 2 plays that the White Sox made in the field that were championship level that I'm excited to talk to you about. But what also is a game changer is Strava CBD Coffee. It's a game changer and has helped thousands of people to improve their overall wellness and quality of life. Strava delivers delicious, fresh roasted specialty coffee infused with organic broad spectrum CBD. CBD from hemp doesn't make you high or hungry, but it does offer real benefits that can help you. It will make you feel alert and focused without the jitters. It will help you live your day more balanced with less anxiety and fewer aches and pains. Plus, including CBD in your daily routine can even help you enjoy more restful sleep so you wake up feeling your best. I like to drink it, weirdly enough, at midnight. I have restless leg syndrome. So drinking some CBD coffee, not only does the warmthness,
the decaffeinated one, right?
The decaffeinated one. It's decaffeinated CBD, so there's no caffeine. You get the extra strength CBD in that. The warmness of the coffee helps get me a little bit relaxed there, and then the CBD kicks in, and I don't even notice, and I fall asleep like a baby. The best part, too, Strava is all about quality. Everything is small batch. It's fresh and shipped straight to your door. Strava also offers concentrated full-spectrum CBD tinctures for those looking for a more traditional CBD format with power entourage effects of benefits. CHGO listeners can save 25% off their entire purchase when you use code CHGO25. That's 25% off your order at StravaCraftCoffee.com when you use code CHGO25 at checkout. Discount coupon valid on non-subscription purchases only, 1 use per customer. And also, if you already love Strava like I do, subscribe and save with Strava's Coffee Club. With Strava, you're in control. Save on your favorite coffees and have them automatically delivered to your home or office on your preferred schedule. Again, use code CHGO25 for 25% off your order at StravaCraftCoffee.com. We also want to talk to you about CHGO. This is our company, CHGO. We've been doing this for over a month now. We were walking around Lot B and still had to let people know what CHGO was. So why don't we let you, the listener and viewer, know what it is? You can find us at allchgo.com. We have premium written content up at allchgo.com, and that premium written content can be accessed by our members. Go to allchgo.com, and you can get access to our premium written content by all of our great beat writers, one of them being our own Vinnie Duber. You also get a free shirt when you become a member. You can get your own pick of a shirt from the CHGO locker. You can get the Brawler sock logo on there. You can get a Cubs one. You can get a CHGO one like Herb is wearing. And you get access into the CHGO lounge. Very, very good. I do really like interacting with our members in the CHGO lounge. That is a member-only Discord. And CHGO, we're providing podcasts every single day, 5 days a week for you. We got pre- and post-game shows. Those are free for everybody. We got podcasts throughout the week. Those are free for everybody. But if you want to help support us, allchgo.com, become a member. You get the free shirt. You get access to the written content. And you get access into the CHGO lounge. Do you have something? Oh, you moved your hand. You're all good.
Oh, sorry.
We got bikepacking.com saying try melatonin. I can't take it with different meds. So you know what I can take? CBD. I can take CBD. I could take Strava Coffee. Boom. Helps me with the restless legs. But I do appreciate you giving me the tip.
And thank you for watching, Jake, too. Yeah, we're here after every game from Sunday to Thursday for this month of April. Every game that happens with the White Sox, we have a pre and a post. So, yeah, we'll be going for an hour each post game. So, yeah, if you're leaving the game and you're worried about 30-minute post games, that's not us. We're a full hour.
And unfortunately, no snacks in the CHGO lounge yet. It is digital, so it's a little tough to get snacks into the digital lounge, but we're working on it, Tom. And also, I know Dan was there. That Eloy catch was so nerve-wracking. Before we get into that Eloy catch and the idea of people being there, I know Dan was there. Obviously, Jake's there. Do you think he's still stuck in Lot C, or do you think he's just hanging out in Lot C watching us?
Oh, Jake's home. Jake's at home chilling, watching us. Turned us on right when he got to the crib. Thank you, Jake. We really appreciate that.
All right, well, appreciate it, Jake. I thought he was listening to us the whole time. He walked out of the stadium and started watching it. But
I mean, you could do that if you have YouTube on your phone. The YouTube
Dan's
app.
Doing it. I know. Dan Wanda's doing it right now. He was at the game. I saw his brat with onions and mustard on it and everything, and he saw the Eloy catch in person.
It was beautiful. I don't want Eloy to ever jump again. But, great. Thank you for saving that run right there.
Which one would you rather talk about, the Eloy catch or the Robert catch first?
The Robert catch.
All right. So a ball is smoked. I think it was by Jesse Winker, right? Was that one by the Winker or Haniger?
Jake said he's sitting in traffic on Shields as we speak. Ooh. Damn. God damn.
That's been an issue with, and we noticed this, there was a lot of people already there at like 10 a.m. tailgating for a 3 p.m. game. So there was a lot of people there, and I heard that there was a lot of issues too. So, last year was a big difficulty to get into that ballpark, to get out of that ballpark, to get anything at that ballpark. I know COVID has stressed out and brought people to the limits, but to hear that there's a little bit more issues continuing this year is frustrating because, it was an issue last year. Let's get this fixed out.
It's their first day of the year.
Yes.
So it's going to take some time for people to filter in, filter out. I think they'll get it fixed up when we are facing like the Cubs, another huge crowd in May, Yankees games and stuff like that. I think with traffic on Fridays and Saturday, when I'm going to the game versus the Rays, mercy. No traffic at all.
Yes. And Alex saying, Eloy diving gives me the same anxiety as I see a pothole too late. I agree on that. Eloy
that's great, Alec.
Dove for a ball near the foul ball line. It just hit off of his knee, right?
Yes. If it didn't hit his knee, it goes to the wall, and we have the same Yelich situation without the net.
Yeah, it's just a little bit less precarious without the net. All right, but let's go to the two plays we mentioned. One of those balls was smoked by Jesse Winker. It was a fly out to Luis Robert about right center field, going up back against the wall, just leaps up. It wasn't a rob of a home run, but it was definitely a play that he needed to leap up for.
Yes, he 100% needed to leap up for that ball. And like I said earlier, he had troubles with the wall. Like, he didn't know where it was. The warning track kind of gave him problems. Now he seems comfortable back there. He seems like a complete player in the outfield. Smoothly caught that ball. I thought off the bat, like, son of a bitch, that's another home run. We got 88. We have the guy where you're like, damn, I wish our team had that guy. We got him. He's 88. He hit second in our lineup. Just amazing. Like, sometimes he gets lost in the shuffle, but he is a superstar right now. He's told two bases, hit a home run, caught that ball from Jesse Winker. Like, it's got to be disheartening. Jesse Winker's face after he saw him catch the ball, he's like, what?
So Winker hits
he thought he had it, too.
Yeah, Winker hits it. Coming from Great American Ballpark, I mean, it was just his finish on the swing looked like he knew it. It looked like he was hitting one out to Great American Ballpark, right where those smokestacks are. He posed and everything. And Robert comes from left center field, basically. He comes to left of the 400 sign, dead center, and goes all the way out to where that Xfinity ad is for the Sox and reaches up right beneath that yellow line, carrying into the wall. It was fantastic play, and you mentioned it. People on Twitter were saying after he stole those bases, after he hit the home run, after he has this crazy play in center field, that the White Sox might finally have a player up to Frank Thomas's talent level after 20-plus years.
I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn. He has a chance to be much better than Frank Thomas. Much better. I mean, he's got – tell me what he can't do. Just tell me what he can't do. Like, even the ninth inning
pitch
where the ball was hit to center field, the cannonball he threw, that hose cut off, J.P. Crawford's a pretty fast runner. Like, if he lets that ball go through, I know J.P. probably still scores, but that's a pretty good arm right there.
Yeah.
Frank Thomas was an elite hitter. Goddamn, Luis Robert is an elite hitter and elite fielder. So that's why I say he can be that much better than Frank Thomas. Yeah, Tom, I spit. Sorry. I'm really hot.
Well,
I'm really happy.
He means it's a spit take, like he just spit out whatever he was drinking when you said that.
Yeah, no, he's saying, and I think.
Oh, but I did
Herb's
spit,
trying
though.
to defend it, though. I think,
But I did spit, though, Tom. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm down with it. You know what? I think that he can be better.
Tell me what he can't do.
Than Frank Thomas. I don't know.
There's nothing that man can't do.
I think the only thing
Frank Thomas is the best hitter I've seen in a White Sox uniform, bar none.
So if we're
not even
comparing,
close.
let's compare the five tools. Power, Frank hasn't beaten out.
Yes.
I think speed, we can say Robert beats him out. Fielding, Robert beats him out just because he's playing center field over first base. And then the hit tool, I think that it's honestly fairly similar. The one big discrepancy there, and I think, Robert has a better arm. The hit tool, though, like the biggest discrepancy is Frank's patient and eye.
Yeah.
He'll take more walks. He'll have an higher OBP. But, I mean, Luis Robert can put the barrel on the ball just like Frank Thomas could.
The ball went out of the ballpark. It was an 84 mile per hour pitch, the knuckle curve.
Yeah.
At 110 miles per hour. He generated all that power. Ball, bat, gone. Mercy. Like, we're going to be watching greatness if this man stays healthy and keeps on going on his trajectory. He's so great. I saw on PointsBet before the season, I think it was like plus 2,200 for him to win the MVP. I immediately hit the money button. I was like, please, give me this. Because that man can be competing for the American League MVP this season. We all know that. He is... when they picked him, I heard all those words that people said. And when he came up, people like to be muted about a prospect. Oh, he'll be good. He'll be fine. There was no muting at all. People were saying Ken Griffey Jr., Roberto Clemente, Bo Jackson. They threw out those comparisons willingly because they knew that this guy is going to be special. And look at Mark. Got it at plus 3,000. Let's go, Mark.
3,000. Nice. You got in early. Yeah. PointsBet right before the season, like you mentioned, plus 22, I think is what I got it at. So I put 5 on that. I'll win that. I also put
5.
Yeah. I'm broke. What, are you judging me? I put 5 on Kyle Schwarber to win NL MVP. I put 5 on Robert to win AL MVP. And I put 5 on Kevin Gausman to get the AL Cy Young.
Scared money don't win money, Sean. Put that 1,000 on that. Put that G on that.
Yeah, I don't.
Put that G on it.
I don't have a G.
Then you'll have money
to put on it.
Then you'll have money.
Absolutely not. I will have money if that happens, but I have to wait until October to
Greg
get that money.
Brings a good point, and I think you brought up the swing rate and how he's changed his whiff rate from 2020 to 2021 and now continuing to 2022. He is not missing the balls that he missed his first year.
Yeah.
He's crushing those balls. And he is not necessarily being patient like we said with Frank Thomas. I mean, he's being more patient, but he's not Frank Thomas. Frank Thomas is the worldly hitter. Robert is rounding into form. I don't know if he'll ever be a big-time on-base guy because of his walks.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is one's more aggressive than the other two. Frank had this huge strike zone, too, that you also had to pitch around, right? You couldn't throw anything in the middle of the plate of Frank's strike zone because he would take it out on you. So you're trying to pick corners on Thomas, so that would just lead to more walks. People are trying to pitch around him.
I'm gonna look at PointsBet right now and see what Luis Robert
Robert's
if it's changed. If it's changed after today.
I'm trying to find the stats that you mentioned because it is absolutely right that with what he's saying, that his eye has improved drastically. Part of that has been opening up his stance. If you go look at Luis when he debuted, very closed up, a little bit similar to Andrew Vaughn, how Andrew Vaughn is very aligned with his shoulders. Luis stepped out a little bit. Yeah, his stance opened up just a little bit more noticeable. And what he was able to do was see the ball more, especially from right-handed pitchers. But then also what he was able to do was it just creates more of a hinge for your hips to swing around. So you stepping out like that, having that open stance, lets you create more of an extension when you're in your stride. So then you're able to create more power, turn the hips more, and I mean that's why you're able to see 84 from Brash get turned around at 110. I mean this is freak stuff that Luis Robert is doing, and part of that is the stance change. He became more dominant after that stance change after he hurt himself, and we talk about him changing his stance after he gets hurt from April whatever last year until he got hurt. He had 21 hits in the first 25 games. So, I mean, Luis Robert, before he changed his stance, was still a hitting machine. And now he's changed his stance. It's like, oh no, watch out. Like, this guy is tinkering, improving. The Terminator has just gotten upgrades. Like, this is dangerous stuff. The biggest thing, though, is, he's got to keep up this enormous contact rate. Something that he is like a 60+ contact percent rate guy, which is just really unsustainable in the major leagues. So,
right.
if he his numbers might come down to earth just a little bit, but he's still going to be fantastic.
Right now, Shohei Ohtani plus 325 is the odds-on favorite right now. Mike Trout right behind him at plus 400. Luis Robert, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He is the 7th player plus 1,800.
He's seventh with MVP odds right now at plus 1,800
at PointsBet. PointsBet, I got him at 2,200, and
it's been 4 games.
That's still delicious.
It's been 4 games and he's already changed.
Sean, put that G down now. Put that G down, bro.
I don't know about that.
Nice 1,900.
Mom, I hope you're not watching. I'm not putting a G on.
Put that G down, kid.
No. All right. Let's talk about this Eloy catch too before we wrap this up. It was Luis Torrens who was at bat, and Raylo was on the mound. It was the top of the 7th inning. No outs. Torrens hits a slider, pulls it, and it looks like it's going to go out over, and Eloy jumps up, leaps up, and I feel like it was probably at the level of the fence. It wasn't as deep as the fence. He probably had about maybe 5 feet before the fence, but a leaping catch that would have been a double. A really athletic play from Eloy.
Yeah, I don't want him to ever do it again. Stop it. Stop it.
It's just up and down.
I got it. He hurts himself playing the outfield. Never jump. Never jump. Don't go more than 5 steps to your left to hurt that special player in center field. Congratulations, man. I appreciate you catching the ball. It was out for the White Sox. It's awesome. But my main thing, I want him in DH. It's not going to happen. If you're playing in left field, Eloy Jimenez, stay on your feet. That slide that you did on the baseline, no, absolutely not. Let that drop in front of you, pick it up, throw it to second base. Do easy plays. Catch balls that are in the air. Field the ground balls that are hit into the left field, throw it back into the cutoff man. Nothing more. We need you. And yes, he's made plays like that last year. The one that gave us all heart attacks where he did it on the warning track. He was on the field for 5 to 10 seconds, felt like an eternity, and then he gives up the peace sign right by in front of the bullpen. It's funny, but my heart stopped for a second, you dick. Stop it. I don't want you to be hurt. I don't know what he doesn't understand. And it's hard to put a governor on an athlete who is a competitor. You can't put a governor on a guy that like Eloy. He's going to see ball and want to catch ball. But he has gotten hurt multiple times in the outfield, and him getting hurt hurts the White Sox chances to win the World Series. So in the grand scheme, I would just want him to say, hey, stay on your feet, bro. That's all we need. You didn't catch that? All good. I know you're pissed the other day that a ball fell in front of you. You thought he was loafing. I was like,
well, there was a couple. I'm not saying he's loafing because I'm not saying that. This is clearly a team instructed idea. Like, hey, you're not diving anything in front of you, even if it's close. Don't take it. Pick it up off a bounce. I know that's a team instructed thing. I don't think he's loafing. But again, like this is the third post game where we're talking about Eloy in the field. I just don't like it. I just don't like it.
You guys who are watching and listening,
it's a great athletic play, by the way.
Do you not cringe every time a ball is hit into left field?
Yes.
Or left center even more? Like every single time I cringe in the air.
He almost did it today again, too. There was a ball that Robert and Eloy converged on. Eloy ended up taking it. But again, another one where I don't know if Robert's not calling it strong enough or if Eloy's just not paying attention.
And Martin, we're not saying that Luis Robert's better than Frank Thomas. It says he has the trajectory to be a better player than Frank Thomas. He has all the skills to be a better player than Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can disagree with that.
No, and I don't
How
think,
can you disagree
I don't
with
think Martin Kowalski's saying that. I mean, it really feels like he has a good chance to pass Frank, which I think is what we're saying. I read that. I read that first, and I was like, that sounds a little bit hatery. But no, I think it's just more realizing what Frank did. Because Frank is a multiple-time MVP. So, I mean, even if Robert wins one, he might not have passed Frank's all-time, resume by this.
In this franchise's pantheon, Frank Thomas is up there. He's at the ceiling. Everybody else is out right here.
Right.
Like Frank is,
and no one's up there with Frank.
Yeah, Frank is the franchise. Like he is the greatest hitter by far that the White Sox have seen, by far, and one of the greatest hitters in Major League history. I'm not besmirching the great name of Frank Thomas. He's one of my favorite players.
He is.
But
we love Frank Thomas. He is.
But when you got a special player, you see it. You know it.
Yeah.
You feel it in your heart. You want to see that man play every day. You want to go out to the games, and then you could tell your kids, your grandkids, yeah, I saw Luis Robert play. He was special.
And you get to see him on Friday. And you get to see him on Saturday.
Goddamn
and
right,
I'm excited for it.
Unless Tony takes him out.
Unless Tony takes him out. And just to go back to that discussion we had about him opening up his stance. Pre-injury last year, and this is just pre-injury before he opened up his stance, so this is even taking in 2020 and 2019. Plate appearances, 330 plate appearances, an average of 259, 320, 444. Post-injury, 193 plate appearances, 350, 389, 622. Good night. That's an MVP right there. Okay, so
he figured some things out, friends.
Yes. The recap is the White Sox win 3-2. The pitching, very good. A very good performance. I know that it wasn't the best. Like Vince Velasquez wasn't dominant, but 10 to 6 strikeouts. You only allow 7 hits. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it for the health of this pitching staff right now. I will take 9 innings with 2 runs.
We just need our guy Dallas Keuchel. I know you don't believe in him to go out and shove 6 innings minimum. 6 innings minimum.
Yes, and that's a
that's excellent. Dan.
Herb hates Frank Thomas, and I hate Jose Abreu. It is true. We'll have to see who Vinnie Duber hates. You can follow him on Twitter at Vinnie Duber. Vinnie will have a game recap, I'm assuming, on allchgo.com. So all members should check out his work. And if you aren't a member, what are you waiting for? allchgo.com to read Vinnie's work. But a 622 slugging percentage will play for Luis Robert with that defense and that speed. Will he be the first ever 40-40 White Sox? Will he be the first ever 30-30 White Sox in the 2022 season? We will have to wait and see. The Sox win 3-2. For Herb Lawrence, I'm Sean Anderson. Thank you to Stephen Nicholas for his great production. And
all
thank
day
you
long.
To
by the way, we didn't talk about
Stephen KC too.
Stephen Nicholas. This Portillo's order.
Oh, dude.
Just ridiculous, Stephen. Like
That's
Stephen doesn't look like me.
No,
Stephen is yoked. Like he could probably put himself on camera, but Stephen is yoked. That man took down a big beef, a burger, a jumbo, big ass strawberry shake. Like I know the man works out hard, and so he works out hard. He plays hard. I've never seen a bigger Portillo's order from anybody. But Stephen Nicholas, that man deserves an award for what he just did. He could probably do that Man vs. Food show.
Oh, absolutely.
And just murder it.
Appreciate that, Herb.
Adam Richmond, we should do that. CHGO food. Me, you, and Lawrence are going to do two CHGO food. And we're going to see if you can do 2 cheeseburgers, 2 beefs, 2 hot dogs, and 2 shakes.
My diabetes started acting up when I started looking at that shake.
No appetizers? Come on, guys.
No appetizers. Yeah, no onion rings for you, Stephen Nicholas. But appreciate your production work today. And we will talk to Vinny soon on the CHGO White Sox podcast and post-game show. We appreciate everyone that was in the YouTube chat and participating with us. We will hopefully be talking to you tomorrow about another White Sox game, but rain is in the forecast. Will Dallas Keuchel go 7 shutout innings, or will we get shut out from White Sox baseball? That is the question. We will have an answer for you tomorrow on the CHGO White Sox podcast.